Hello everyone, this is a great song by Kiss. I heard it the other day and had to sit down and learn it. I just really always enjoyed this, especially since Love Gun came out. You know, Paul Stanley's voice was real strong back in 1977. This song was originally done by the Crystals, and that was 1963. And the wording was then "He Kissed Me," because it was a female group. So Kiss, obviously, and other artists, when they cover it, you know, associated to whether it's she or he. I found this version, other than because it's Kiss and we're tuned down 1/2 step, it's exactly like the recording. So you can play along with the recording, and even the strumming will fit. So we'll get to the song next. Alright, so as I mentioned, this song is tuned down 1/2 step, where the original version is normal tuning. I have my notes available in a link just below the video, so you'll be able to download them and follow along. There's 3 chords in this song. There's G, A, and D, and that means we're in the key of D. Alright, so to start it out with, we're going to reference a D chord. Alright, the first 2 times they do this lick are, in the intro, are just a cappella. So we're going to hit the 5th string, 5th fret, go to the 4th string on the 4th fret, back to 5 on the 4th string, and then 4, back on 4. There's a slight pause with the A string, the D note. I don't want to go right into it. It's too fast tempo. So think about a tempo with this, and even the last note there, that F sharp, is held just slightly. Alright, so in the intro, there are 6 of those, 6 sets. 2 will be a cappella, just the guitar. Then the second guitar that comes in strumming will enter. Then we'll do 2 more, and then the drums will enter for 2 more. Alright, then we're into verse 1. The structure of the verses are basically D for 1 time through, then we're going to move everything to the 6th and 5th string. So it'll be like this, the first verse. I'm going to go through a half measure. 4. So you see, after we do that 5th string lick, we just move it up to the 6th and 5th string, do it once, then we come back to the 5th string and do that twice. That's a half measure. And then they'll do that exact same thing again. Alright, so that's the first measure of the verse. We've gone through that a total of twice, and we're into the next measure, which is a bridge. Okay, for the bridge, what we do is move to the 3rd fret on the 6th string. So we're just taking the pattern, moving it to a G note to start with. I believe in economy of motion, so I don't tend to jump around a lot. So what I do is use my pinky and then my ring when I go back to the D. Alright? So for the bridge, they'll do this 2 times total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're back or actually now we go into the chorus. The chorus is a short, let's just call it half measure of the verse. We'll call this the D lick on the 5th string and the A lick on the 6th string. That's the chorus, kind of short and sweet. But after that, we continue on with this in verse 2, we go into bridge 2, and then chorus 2, just like we've done. That's the chorus, kind of short and sweet. But after that, we continue on with this in verse 2, we go into bridge 2, and then chorus 2, just like we've done. All right, so why don't we do bridge 1 into chorus 1, all right, because it's fairly short. All right, so that's the bridge into the chorus. We know the verse, we've got a second one of each coming up, and then we go into what I'm calling a refrain. It's real different structure since I already used a bridge. I didn't really know what to call it, frankly. So I'm calling it a refrain because I can. Take 3. Okay, so for the refrain, we'll go through this primary guitar. I realize there's a lick in it, which would be the second guitar, and I haven't spoken about the second guitar. I will go through that after we finish the primary guitar part, okay? So, with that said, the refrain will sound like this. So then we're into the verse again, which we know that part. But the refrain is basically, it's octaves, all right? We're going to play on the 5th string at the 5th fret and the 3rd string at the 7th fret. All right, we don't want to play that 4th string, so let your first finger kind of hang down and mute that. So we're going to hit it once and then hit it again and slide up. Then the next couple will just be hit and slid. Alright, so it'll sound like this. So we're sliding up a full step, another full step. So we got D, E, F sharp. Then we're going to go back to our E. Alright, so from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Start it again, all right, the exact same lick. After that, we're going to start it on the E, move up to an F sharp and then a G sharp and back to F sharp, and then end on another chord, all right? So the second time through, where we include the E coming back, 1, 2, 3, 4. End on an A. Alright, this is basically, this is a 4th root A. We'll be on the 7th fret of the 4th string, 9th fret of the 3rd string, 1st string, go ahead and throw your pinky on that, and if you want to cover the E note, that's fine, that's part of the B chord, that would be on the 5th string. So it's a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, you can do a regular A up here. It's whatever you want. But we end here, if you will, with our octaves. So it makes sense to me just to move to that A versus all the way up to 12, and 14. Again, doesn't matter. Either one's right. All right? So we got that figured out. So now we're into the next verse. All right? The third verse is just like the first verse. All right. So after the third verse, we got the third bridge and third chorus. Then we're going to do another verse as far as rhythm is concerned. This won't be considered a verse. This is the solo rhythm. So the solo rhythm is basically the same as a verse. So the solo rhythm is same as the verse, as I said. Then we're into bridge 4. Okay, that's the same bridge that we've done. Then we're into the fourth chorus. The fourth chorus, I'm calling it chorus plus. Okay, the reason I call it plus is because we're going to add an A note to that D lick the second and third time we play it. So let me play the fourth plus chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that plus adds that A note, as you noticed, and then they continue on out with that D lick. And it just fades away. All right, so what are we doing in the chorus 4 plus? All right, we're going to go through the D lick and the A lick once. Then when we get to the D lick, we're going to go through it. When we come back to D, we're going to come up to A. Okay, from the 5th string to the 6th string. So it'll sound like this. Then we just start the lick again, the D lick from the D note. And another A note. Okay, so that's the difference in the fourth plus chorus. You know, they got to add some flavor to this, and again with the solo, which is really well executed, and the other guitar, this just adds interest to the song. So for the second guitar, what they come in with playing a rhythm is your basic, not too distorted C, A, and G chord. All right. The G chord, you want to, when you go into that bridge, kind of emphasize it a little bit, and I'll talk about that. So the first guitar is really just kind of strumming up and down. To the bridge, you want to change the strumming. You'll go into more of a, so it's a down and then up down and down again. All right, so that's really true throughout the song. So that's the second guitar rhythm. During the refrain, as I'm calling it, they're going to go through the first part of it. Right about there, they're going to come into the second guitar, we'll do a lick. We're going to go over that lick next, and then we'll have the solo, which the rhythm for the solo is the same as the verse. And you'll have the whole song. Okay, so the lick you'll hear during the refrain, you want to be in the 11th position, and it will sound like this. All right, to start out with, we're going to be on the 4th string, 12 and 14, and then 3rd string, 11. Right after he hits that 11, you're going to take 12, bend and release that, and then hit 11 again. That leads us to the next little section, which we're going to hit the second string at 13 with a bend and release, back to 11 on the third. All right, so far we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just end it on the 14th fret of the 4th string. All right, you can do it multiple ways. Same notes, but again, economy of motion leads me to this 11th fret. Alright, and then we're into the solo. We'll cover the solo next, and you'll have the whole song. The solos sound like this, real melodic. So what we're doing there, we're going to start out on the 3rd string. We're at the 9th position, all right? Just makes everything easier. We're going to pull off from the 3rd string at 11 to 9, striking 12 on the 4th string. Then we're going to come to the 5th string, 9, hammer to 10, and then hit 12 with a little vibrato. So we have this so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we come back to the 3rd string, we'll hit 9, and then we'll go to 12, pull off to 11, and hit 11 again. Then we hit the 9th fret, 3rd string, slight pause and vibrato before we slide to 11, and then we're going to hit 9, slide to 11, back to 9. Alright, so we have this so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to repeat that first half of the lick. When we hit the 11 the second time, all we're going to do is hit the 1st and 2nd string at 10, slide up to 12, back to 10, striking 10 again. Alright, so, second half together. 1. Got the solo. That's all of it. Alright. One more time through it just for fun. About a medium tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. There's the whole song. I had so much fun learning this. Not too difficult, which is something I needed for a change. So I really hope you enjoy and try some of these licks with the original in a standard tune guitar. It's a lot of fun. Enjoy.